Have you ever noticed that no matter how ecstatic or low the time goes in our life at any point of time, we feel lighter during the daytime? But as soon as the sun sets, anxiety and worries begin to creep in. Some of us experience it more than the others. The shift in the energy isn't random. In astrology and astronomy, the sun represents vitality, confidence, and life force, both in the universe and in your birth chart. Sun also represents fame, recognition, ego, and self respect, so you can understand how important it is to each one of us. When your sun energy is strong, you naturally feel empowered and confident, even if other planetary placements are challenging. But if the sun is weak or poorly placed, it can feel harder to access clarity and inner strength or confidence, even more after the sun goes down. First house is sun's natural house, and we all know that first house is also the ascendant or lagna that we call. As a result, our ascendant represents our immediate personality. Therefore, when your sun is placed in the first house, you are confident, authoritative, charming, full of self respect, and bit of ego too. But is it always the case? The answer is no. For example, let's start only with the houses at first and add other elements one by one. Out of 12 houses on the screen right, first, second, third, fifth, sixth, ninth, and 11th house represents a good sun placement here, while fourth house, an average, and seventh, eighth, 12th house represents a weak placement. Now, if you add the signs here, as no house is without a ruling sign, the game rules change drastically. Here, in an example of Libra ascendant, sun placement for all 12 houses as before. This shows a complete different picture this time. First, second, fourth, sixth, and 12th house with sun placement gives an average result here, as signs are balancing with the house with its positive and negatives, while third, fifth, ninth, 10th, and 11th is still giving good, and 7th and 8th continues to give weak results for sun. Now, you may wonder why is so. For instance, sun in the first house in Libra sign will give mixed result because first house is sun's own house, so it's a positive placement, but it's now in its debilitated sign Libra. So same time it's also a negative placement. So one positive and one negative will produce an average result. Now the rule of the game changes all over again if sun is in conjunction with Rahu or Ketu in the first house Libra. Here, two negatives can't save one positive by much, so it will mostly give a weak result. Similarly, conjunction with Venus or Saturn here will also produce a complete different result. As you see, in astrology, there are various dimensions to check before the same combination is placed differently. And before we conclude one single idea of the placement. And every situation would invariably produce a unique result. So, tell me now, how well placed is your sun? And if it is not where you wanted it to be, what are you doing today to strengthen it? Comment below where is your sun placed in your birth chart, and also if you want to know more such rules.